the brakes. This requires control center assistance and prompting by walkie-talkie style cell phone. I've had this a lot. This is me talking, Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. When I come out of my condo, the place across the street, there will be cars coming out, like big trucks or kind of black cars, or just really, they look like gang stalking vehicles, and they'll pull out with their nose in the street, and it seems very, very on purpose. And that can be very dangerous, but I guess since they think they're on a walkie-talkie and getting instructions, that deters the danger, which is a laugh. For a CBA vehicle convoy, boxing in the target during a commute, forcing the target to travel at a lower speed than the target wants to travel. In some locations, the center will supply special license plates for CBA vehicles with short words which have special meaning to the target. And they actually do this to me. They'll have people drive in front of me slowly or drive around me very fast and pull in front of me, and they'll have my lucky number on the license plate, or something like ESP in the front, and that's to say like they're psychic or whatever. For a CBA convoy, and where the target is at a location and time where traffic is normally very sparse, cause heavy traffic, forcing the target to notice. The ultimate vehicle intercept is the staged accident. This can be dangerous and only assigned to very senior agents. However, it is possible to stage an accident so only the target knows it was staged. This is an excellent means of punishment where the target has committed a serious offense, specifically against Secret Services, by revealing their criminality to the public. Generally, staged accidents are done in jurisdictions where police strongly support the operations so that the CBA driver is protected. That's crazy, but very, very true. Lots of target individuals have talked about it. At the beginning, I think I had like one or two, but I haven't in the last couple of years. I've had close stuff with cars swerving into me and almost causing accidents. So let's go to number 4, physical sabotage. Physical sabotage is an especially effective form of punishment when it is carefully limited to low-value items, below the value where the police will take the report seriously. For example, burning a target's house down or even stealing an expensive appliance would bring official investigators into the picture, so that is not done. Sabotage producing extreme safety hazards is generally not suitable for operations because of the potential for bringing official investigators to the accident scene. So while damaging the brake system of a target's vehicle is not allowed for community-based agents, draining some of the oil, transmission fluid, or radiator antifreeze is allowed, but not all of it. The goal is to make it look as if the target is negligent in maintaining fluid levels, and generally not causing a catastrophic failure that non-targets might see as sabotage. It is very important to apply punishment by way of large number of small value sabotage acts, because that makes it look like the target is forgetful, exaggerating, or in some cases even delusional, if they complain about many cases of small value damage. The target's associates will simply refuse to believe that anyone but the target is responsible. Sabotage is very important in that it lets the target know that they are totally helpless to stop it, and can't even complain about it effectively without appearing mentally ill. The organization is very fortunate in that some people, hearing about sabotage from a target, did the sabotage themselves to get attention. Sabotage is applied at the target's home, workplace, and on their vehicle. This requires the assistance of locksmiths and alarm technicians. Your local control center will supply this help and will bring specialists in from a distance in case of rural areas. Here are some examples of sabotage a community-based agent may be assigned to carry out. Entering a vehicle or home and changing control and radio settings. Replacing window washer fluid with water, possibly destroying the system in winter. Scratching the paint on the target's vehicle, scratching furniture and valuables. Tire sabotage, from removing some air right up to slashing a sidewall if authorized by the center. Simulating a break in electric window heater strips. Cutting off the four-way flasher button. removing substantial amounts of oil, transmission fluid, or antifreeze, but not enough to cause catastrophic failure. Moving things around inside the vehicle to show the target someone got in. Unlocking the vehicle and leaving it unlocked, possibly even with the door open. Small cuts to the car's upholstery. Unlocking the target's front or back door and leaving it ajar while the target is away, even at midnight at New Year for Y2 hour. Moving furniture or carpets around fairly frequently to show the target someone was there. Stealing low-value items, especially items like scissors, which can be easily misplaced, keeping them until the target replaces the item, then returning the missing item, often in the place the target checked. Stealing important papers, especially those that will cost money to replace. Stealing irreplaceable photographs. While target is at work, remove mail from their box and toss it around, repeatedly making wall pictures crooked. Setting clocks to the wrong time. Repeatedly dumping consumable supplies, example coffee, to make the target think they are no longer capable of managing their supplies well. Oh, this has happened to me a lot. This has really happened to me a lot, where I'll leave like a drink in the fridge and it'll like 1/4 of it will be gone when I come in. Oh, that's really happened to me a lot. Oh wow. I didn't think they would do that they would stoop to that kind of. They'll stoop to anything. Okay, and that is me saying that. Starting small rips in new clothing, which are widened on repeated visits. I've had that with jeans and shirts, and I've heard so many women talk about rips in clothing, destroying clothing and stuff like that. Women targeted individuals. Ripping crotches out of the target's underwear or stealing finest underwear, swimsuits, etc. Replacing clothing with similar items which are too small for the target, like for children what target does not have. Ironing inside button flags over, making buttoning the shirt or top difficult. Carefully working the tip of a knife through seams in an air mattress or cushion the target may own, including replacements, on a daily basis. Breaking zippers in clothes and bags, perhaps by pulling out a tooth or two. Let's see, where am I? Shoving a knife through the soles of waterproof boots. At work, removing screws from the target's office chair, or at home dinner table, leaving only one screw of 4 left to tilt the table with china. That happened to me a lot at Dell, actually. My chair would be missing screws, and they were doing that to me. At the computer company I worked at in Texas for a long time, for the last year there. At work, damaging or destroying, if not extremely obvious, a target's work from the previous day. For example, the computer is broken again, possibly worse. At work, replacing current copies of computer files with an older copy, particularly serious if the target is a computer programmer. At work, where some employees can be recruited to be community-based agents, set up mistaken deliveries of heavy goods which block the target's office. At work, if the target is responsible for parts of the operation which can be sabotaged, do so repeatedly just as the target starts eating lunch or is about to leave for home. At work, where the target is responsible for materials that can't be locked up, sabotage or with special permission from the control center, steal material. Thefts have to be carefully considered and authorized by your local center. Unless you have authorization, do not steal. One particularly effective type of theft is to remove small value but often used items from the target's premises. Once the target has been observed purchasing a replacement, the item is returned. This not only causes the target to spend money uselessly, it also imposes a feeling of total helplessness on the target. Number 5, sabotaging the target's reputation. And so I'm at about 40 minutes, guys. I'm going to try and go to an hour, but I might not be able to read all of this. Please come here. This is very, very useful information. This is basically a manual for a lot of the stuff gang stalkers and perpetrators do to us, and it's very thorough. And I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, going through the examples, I'm like, that's been done to me. That's been done to me. Number 5, sabotaging the target's reputation. Sabotaging the target's reputation and all that goes with it, such as the ability to earn a living, business, and personal relationships, is a very special operations category. Newer community-based agents will not be assigned to engineer the method, but will assist in passing rumors, which are the main means of destroying a target's public image. Rumors consist mainly of lies. However, in order to secure cooperation of specific members of the community to participate in the punishment phase, additional information key to appeal to the patriotic or community service sense of such community members may be used as well. As mentioned earlier, the organization has many top psychologists and psychiatrists on permanent staff at headquarters and some in large population centers. It is their responsibility to design the campaign to destroy the target's reputation. These people listed below can be approached and given information which will cause them to make the target's association with them uncomfortable or break off all contact with the target. Wow. Business contacts, supervisors, co-workers, casual social contacts such as clubs a target may be a member of or a group that frequents a bar where the target is a patron, friends, local fraternal organizations. They are motivated by the public service and are an excellent source of assistance in keeping the target under surveillance and participating in the punishment phase as well. Store staffs at places at the target shops, target's landlord, target's neighbors, tradesmen who are likely to service the target's home, car, or business, bus drivers on the target's route, local children, city employees including emergency medical technicians, ambulances, homeless shelter staff and residents where applicable, family members. Surprisingly, many are ready to believe negative information, especially personnel at places the target applies for work. And I'm very lucky. They may have tried it with my family. Somebody may have told them stuff, but I think that would only have intensified my family's belief of what I was telling them. Because my family's, I've been very, very blessed. I praise God for my family. They will always be on my side because they know who I am. Some target individuals are not as lucky. But they also have friends, in the target individual community. How intensely these sabotage operations are carried out is governed mainly by the need to prevent the target from learning that the negative rumors are being spread. The goal is to keep negative information covertly flowing into the community in such a way that those receiving the information aren't likely to tell the target. One might think that friends and family members would instantly notify the target and side with the target. Fortunately, experience shows that co-opting friends and family is surprisingly easy once they are informed about the target's criminal record. The headquarters staff have developed techniques which by and large prevent that, but those techniques are beyond the scope of this manual. Suffice it to say that it is possible to apply incentives which cause even people closest to the target to cooperate. These incentives are, I'm about to throw up reading this, not because, I am getting attacked heavily, but just this is ugly and evil and just, we all know this, but reading it like this is just... Alright, suffice it to say that it is possible to apply incentives which cause even the people closest to the target to cooperate. And I've been very lucky in that, like I've said. These incentives are applied by specialists from our organization at higher than the local level. For the community level CBA, the work of sabotaging the reputation of the target takes the form of simply carrying out instructions from your control center as to what you say to whom, how, and when. Number 6, discrediting targets. While the powerful silent support of operations by the justice and psychiatric systems has been sufficient to prevent the target from informing the public, the area of discrediting targets is an ongoing activity. Like sabotaging the target's reputation, discrediting their public statements, websites, media appearances, letters to the editor, and the like are done under the supervision of psychologists and psychiatrists on their staff. If a community-based agent has a good track record of intelligently carrying out assignments and has access to a computer, the CBA may apply to the local control center for assignment to discredit work. Excellent communication skills are required. Some of the activities CBAs carry out under supervision are monitoring message boards,